Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. There's a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial of the day that is relevant for both prelims and mains examination will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with news topic list. Today is 7th of June. The first news, PM launched the Jan Samarth Portal. We see the detail and the advantage of this portal. Second, withdrawn draft on social media regulation. Third, DAC notes to defense project. This is Defense Acquisition Council. I have taken this news from the text and context page of the Hindu. There are two editorial in today's discussion. The first is Silver Movement to Propel Bay of Bengal Dreams. This is from the Hindu. The other editorial that I'll be discussing with you today is from Indian Express, a report card of the code. Apart from the news and editorial discussion, at the end of this video, there will be MCQ based questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. Before that, if you are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do not forget to press a like button. So the first news of the day, that is Prime Minister launches the Jan Samarth Portal. Important for General Studies Paper 2, Government Policies and Intervention in the Development of Various Sectors and Issues Arising from Their Design and Implementations. So recently the Prime Minister has launched National Portal for the Credit Linked Government Scheme, which is also known as Jan Samarth Portal, which is going to be very important for the people who are getting benefits from the government related schemes. Right? The Prime Minister participated in the iconic week celebration, which was being organized by the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Corporate Affairs, where he has actually inaugurated the National Portal for Credit Linked Government Schemes. And for the entire week, that is from June 6 to 11, the government is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Now, something that is important for examination is with regards to the Jan Samarth portal, kya hai ye portal, and how this will provide an advantages. So first, Jan Samarth portal is a one-stop digital portal linking government credit schemes. जितने भी government के credit schemes हैं, उनके advantages एक portal पे मिलेंगे. It is first of the kind platform which directly connect beneficiaries to the lenders. So this point to be noted for the examination. And the main purpose of the portal is to encourage the inclusive growth. किस तरह की growth होगी? Inclusive growth and the development of various sectors by guiding and providing them with the right type of government benefits through simple and easy digital process. So this will aims to ensure that the beneficiaries are connected to lenders and their overall resolution is given within a stipulated period of time in a very simple manner. The portal will also ensure end-to-end coverages of all linked scheme by the Government of India and even for the individual who is linked to the any scheme. I'll give you a home page of this particular portal. How does it look? So this is the Jan Samarth portal websites, and here all the details of the schemes are mentioned. You can even check out, and a page, dedicated page for the grievances is also there. So how does this grievances page look like? So this is what the grievance redressal page is. So if you have any grievances, any individual, they can reach out to the website and even they can register for their problems. Now, what are the benefits of this portal? क्या इसके benefits होंगे? The portal is first of its kind platform which will directly connect the beneficiaries to lender, as I have told you, and even the portal will improve the life of students, farmer, businessmen, MSME जो micro, small and medium enterprises का entrepreneurship है, उन सारे लोगों को, so this is something which is impacting a mass of the society, right? The portal will ensure end-to-end coverages for all processes and activities that are linked to this scheme. Now, some people-centric governance approach. This is what the Prime Minister has categorically stated. The Prime Minister has said that the people-centric governance and continuous efforts towards the governance have been hallmark for the Government of India, right? So he's basically talking about his way of governance in the past 8 years. And he said that a large part of world is looking at India for the solutions of the possible, because the government was trusted in the common wisdom for the people and encouraged their intelligence participation in growth. So this is basically, he's more of talking about the functioning of his government, which is dedicated towards the welfare of the people. Now, the other news, this is from the text and context page of the Hindu, that is the provisions of the withdrawal draft on the social media regulation, something which is important for General Studies paper 2 under the section important aspects of governance, transparency, accountability, and e-governance. So in June this year only, the Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology has put up a draft proposal seeking the comments from the general public to give a proposal to give their comments on the proposed amendment which was given to the IT rules 2021. So कुछ controversy भी हुई है इसको लेकर के. So the reason being the government has withdrawn it. So first and foremost, what it aims to propose. So this particular amendment bill aims to propose a measure to strengthen and oversight the mechanism of regulating content, चाहे वो social media platform पे हो या किसी भी तरह की जो ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म है वहाँ पे कंटेंट के प्रमोशंस को लेकर के उसके रेगुलेशंस की बात की गई. एंड इवन फॉर द ग्रीवांस रिड्रेसल देयर हैज टू बी अ एडिक्वेट स्ट्रक्चर वेयर अ इंडिविजुअल इज गेटिंग देयर grievances addressed. But the draft document was, however, withdrawn on the same day after with the revised version expected to be made available this week. Right? तो गवर्नमेंट ने अभी इसको विड्रॉ किया है. क्या इसके चैलेंजेस थे और किस तरह से एक आगे रोड मैप डिसाइड करती, विल सी दैट ऑल्सो. So what was this in this particular law which government has come up with? So broadly अगर IT rules 2021 की बात करें, ये मैंडेट करती है सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म को टू एक्सरसाइज ग्रेटर डिजिलियंस विद रिस्पेक्ट टू कंटेंट ऑन देयर प्लेटफॉर्म एंड दे आर रिक्वायर्ड टू एस्टैब्लिश अ ग्रीवांस रिड्रेसल मैकेनिज्म एंड रिमूव lawful and unfitted content which is stipulated frame. And even it called for a grievance officer of the platform addressing the mechanism that is responsible for receiving and resolving the complaint for the users. And even he or she can expect the receipt of the complaint after 24 hours of its lodging. And it called for an appropriate manner of disposal of the course within 15 days. तो जो भी cases lodge हुई हैं उसकी receipt, complaint receipt उनको 24 hour के within देनी है. And even a resolution has to be given by 15 days. So this were the provisions under the IT rule 2021. Now for the new rule, which was basically drafted by the government, they called for the grievance appellate committee, जिसको GAC के नाम से भी जाना जाएगा, GAC, right? So this draft proposal called for GAC functioning over the other intermediaries grievance redressal officers. Broadly, this case may, if those individuals who are not satisfied, they can reach out to the GAC, that is Grievance Appellate Committee. And the draft put forward the obligations for all social media intermediaries and complaints to give a resolution within 72 hours of its reporting. So this is how it will actually function with regards to the Grievance Appellate Committee. So government wanted to expedite the process of giving a resolution. Now, have there been any legal challenges? Yes, definitely there have been legal challenges. Both Bombay and Madras High Court has stayed the imposition of sub-clauses 1 and 3 of the Rule 9 of the legislative guideline that was there in the month of August and September previous year. And even the sub-2 clauses dealt with the code of ethics with the online publishing dealing with the news, current affairs content and curated contents. So there are basically some regulation that has come and even some challenges were also faced. Now the sub-clause has stated that the entitled subscribers to have a 3-tier mechanism dealing with any grievances and even this entails the self-regulations, right? किस तरह के self-regulation होगी उसमें level बनाई गई है by the first is the self-regulation by publisher, second is by self-regulating bodies of the publishers and finally oversighting mechanism by the central government. So these are the 3 level of hierarchy upon which the online content regulation would function. And even the Supreme Court will now hear on this matter on 19th of July. Now this is a brief which I have already discussed in our daily news and editorial analysis, but आपको revision करने के लिए ये एक छोटी सी picture है. This to give you an idea that cause with reporting, anything has to be given resolution within 72 hours and will have access within 24 hours the content deemed defamations or anything with regard to the security. सो आर्टिकल 19 के अंदर ये चीज़ें अलाउड नहीं की जाएगी जो चीज़ें नेशनल सिक्योरिटी की वॉलेशंस होगी. So these are some of the important things that you can even revise and you can take a screenshot of this. Now the other news, Defense Acquisition Council, that is DAC, not for the defense project, something important for General Studies paper 2, achievement of India in science and technology, Indianization of technology, developing of new technology. At the same time, this is important for General Studies paper 2 where government policies and intervention are concerned. So recently, the Defense Acquisition Council, which was chaired by the Defense Minister, has accorded a preliminary approval for the acceptance of necessity, जिसको AONB कहते हैं, for the capital acquisition of the proposal that they would be just advancing, or you can say the revamping the armed forces, and this total costing for the armed forces is around 76,390 crore rupees, right? The proposal include the manufacture of Dornier aircraft, which is Su-30 MKI, which is an engine developed by the Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, also known as HAL. Now, क्या advantages होंगी इस तरह के deal की हमारे forces के लिए? So the deal will approve a substantial boost to the Indian defense industry, and it will definitely reduce the foreign spending significantly. This is more towards Make in India initiative, right? Make in India initiative, and even it called for an Atmanirbhar Bharat in terms of defense manufacturing. Now for Army and Navy, how this is going to help, specifically talking about Army, जिस चीज़ों को DAC ने अभी अप्रूव किया, that is the acceptance of necessity. This will call for the procurement of rough terrain forklift trucks, bridge laying tanks, wheeled armor freight vehicles, anti-tank guided missiles, weapon locating radars through domestic sources, with emphasis on indigenous design and development. Now, how it will help Navy in particular? So, acceptance of necessity was accorded for the procurement of next generation of corvettes, and even it is estimated to cost around 36,000 crore rupees. So, these are the two forces that would be benefited directly with the government decision. Now there would be next generation corvettes, basically अगर बात करें NGCs की, so this would be a versatile platform for a variety of roles. First include the surveillance mission, surveillance improve होगी, SCOT operations, deterrence, सर्विस एक्शन ग्रुप ऑपरेशन, सर्च एंड टास्क की जो कोस्टल डिफेंसेस में यूज की जाती हैं, ये सारी चीजें इसमें बेनिफिट होगी. दिस इज व्हाट द मिनिस्टर हैज कोटेड. नाउ द एनजीसी would be constructed on the basis of Navy new house design using the new technology, जहाँ पे जो shipping building है that would be contributing with the further governance. गवर्नमेंट की जो स्पेशल इनिशिएटिव है सागर, that call for security and growth for all in the region initiative. So this is inclined and aligned towards this initiative to help the next generation corvettes. Now moving to the editorial of the day, the first editorial, that is a several moment for the proposal, a Bay Bengal dream, important for General Studies paper 2, that is bilateral regional grouping and agreement involving India's and affecting India's interest. So this editorial focuses upon a roadmap for the BIMSTEC, and I'll be simplifying this editorial by 6 important subheads. Basically 5 important subheads are there. The first would be the background. If you include the background, it would be 6. So past trajectory, key achievement, challenges before the BIMSTEC, the fault lines, and the way forward. So this year, June 6, 2022 marked the completion of 25 year of the BIMSTEC. This again timeline very important for your mains paper. You can expect a question in mains, right? तो बिम्स्टेक की जो फॉर्मेशन हुई थी बैंकॉक डिक्लेरेशंस के थ्रू ही 1997 में. दिस इज अगेन इम्पॉर्टेंट, एंड एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम बांग्लादेश, इंडिया, श्रीलंका, थाईलैंड was a part of it, right? So 3 countries that include Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar has later joined it with the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Sectoral, Technical, and Economic Cooperation, also known as BIMSTEC, right? Now past trajectory की अगर बात करें, so the grouping has given birth to a different world, जहाँ पे देखा ये गया था कि जो अमेरिका की यूनिपोलर मोमेंट थी उससे हट करके एक नई मल्टीलेटरल प्लेटफॉर्म की फॉर्मेशन की गई, एंड इंडिया एंड थाईलैंड हैड जॉइंट हैंड ऑन द स्टार्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट इन्फ्यूजिंग अ पार्ट ऑफ साउथ एशिया विद इकोनॉमिक इंस्टीट्यूशन डायनेमिक्स, जहाँ पे आसियान के मेंबर्स ने एक्टिवली पार्ट किया. Now, BIMSTEC found the burden of the South Asia too heavy to carry it out to grow it slowly. कुछ challenges भी आए इस पूरे journey में, so we'll understand everything. First, look into the key achievements. BIMSTEC की क्या ऐसी key achievement रही है in this 25 years. So first and foremost, BIMSTEC has crafted a new chapter of itself by spelling out a grouping that has a vision of the constituent part that has secured a legal personality. Now, BIMSTEC has taken measures to strengthen the secretariat, with some members are yet to extend the adequate personal support to it. And the grouping has registered progress in combating terrorism, foreign security corporations, creating mechanism, practice for the better management of humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. So these are some of the prominent achievement that the BIMSTEC has achieved in due course of time. Now, अगर BIMSTEC की बात करें कुछ important facts जो आपके लिए जानना ज़रूरी है, as I have told you, this was established in 1997 with the Bangkok Declaration. The member countries you already know. BIMSTEC की अगर basics बात करें, account for 22% of the total world population. These facts is again very important for both prelims and mains, right? Combined GDP that is 2.7 trillion, 1/4 of the world traded goods across the bay every year, and 6 focus areas that include trade, technology, energy, transport, tourism, and fisheries. So these are some of the focus area of the BIMSTEC nations. Now, challenges क्या है BIMSTEC के पास? BIMSTEC region has witnessed the influx over a million Rohingya issues, चाहे वो बांग्लादेश की बात हो, and even the result of operation that we have seen in the Myanmar due to military overtaking. The coup in Myanmar has that led to the virtual boycott of the last segment of the international community and the grave political and economic crisis that is affiliating in Sri Lanka. We have also seen Sri Lanka ongoing with the huge economic crisis that it has never seen since the independence. Now, fault lines की अगर बात करें कहाँ पे कुछ चीज़ें अच्छे से काम नहीं कर रही है, so the failure relate to continuing inability to produce the comprehensive free trade agreement. अगर FTA की बात करें, for the past 18 years this has been pending after signing a framework also. So यहाँ पे ज़रूरी है कि जितने भी जो डिसअपॉइंटमेंट हुई है, चाहे वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को लेकर के हो, रोड, रेलवे, रिवर, कोस्ट, शिपिंग, ये सारी चीज़ों पे ध्यान नहीं दी गई है. एनर्जी इज कम्प्लीटली with this focus, digitalization of financial domain institution that bring closer together like trade, tourism, and cultural exchange. So these are the area upon which the focus were not given as adequately required. Now, only limited progress have been achieved so far despite the adaptations of the master plan for the connectivity supported by the Asian Development Bank. Now, if you want to write a way forward, suppose if you're writing in mains paper, you're attempting this question as a mains, तो आपको वहाँ पे way forward conclude करने पड़ेंगे, and you have to write that down the line 25 years, BIMSTEC can do much better as a grouping in addressing the shortcome of the trade and connectivity. Connectivity is something which is a bigger issue, and this trade and connectivity is somewhere related to each other. All member states are equal. 3 have a special responsibility. Bangladesh की अगर बात करें, Bangladesh as a host of the BIMSTEC Secretariat, Thailand as a representative of South Asia, and India as the largest state in the South Asia. So each and every states have their own sense of responsibility that has to be evident. And the trio must engine pull the BIMSTEC train with the imagination and their determinations. So this is how, on a positive note, you can conclude your answers. Now, the other editorial of the day, that is a report card of the court, something important for general studies paper 2, structure, organization, functions of executive and judiciary. Now, this entire editorial focuses upon the transparency in the functioning of High Court, and I'll be simplifying this editorial under 4 important subheads. The first is about the annual report, administrative workload of the judges, annual report by respective high courts, और क्या importance होती है इस तरह की annual reports की. So why we are discussing this editorial? Because recently we've seen that in the order to forecast the transparency in the functioning of judiciary, Odisha High Court ने अपने annual report को publish किए, right? This by subjecting itself to scrutiny to common citizen and quote even the which show the exceptional humility. So this is something very important, that court is coming up with the annual report, how much cases was actually disposed of, कितने cases pending है, किस तरह से कोविड के टाइम में भी कोर्ट ने फंक्शंस किए, सारी एक तरह से एनुअल रिपोर्ट जो होती है वो उस कोर्ट की या किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की रिपोर्ट कार्ड होती है पूरे साल की, राइट. एवरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मोस्टली जैसे यूपीएससी की बात करें या हर मिनिस्ट्रीज जो है अपनी अपनी एनुअल रिपोर्ट निकालती है, बट जुडिशरी इससे एग्जेम्प्टेड है एंड दीज आर ऑल्सो not under the RTI purview. But Odisha High Court has come up. इससे पहले भी कुछ कोर्ट्स ने रिलीज की है एनुअल रिपोर्ट. आई विल जस्ट मेक यू अवेयर कौन कौन से कोर्ट्स ने पहले दिया था. बट दिस ट्रेंड इज नॉट कंटिन्यूइंग विद एनी हाई कोर्ट्स, राइट. So about the annual report, the report provides district wise breakup of the cases and availability of judges. कितने judges हर एक district में available हैं. It contains the section explaining the delays and the backlog of the cases which is there with the judiciary. And it is a notable introspection exercise जहाँ पे judiciary अपने जो खास करके जो functioning है, even insufficient fund, क्या shortages है, क्या shortcomings है, क्या positive है, क्या negatives हैं, उन सारे के बारे में डिटेल में रिपोर्ट दी थी. The report also shed light on the administrative functioning of the court, which is again a very important segment for the entire functioning of the court. It is not only the judges and advocate which are the part of the court. The administrative setup, the office setup of the court play a very significant role in getting the cases disposed of. So such disclosure are welcome because much of the judicial administration at the level of state judiciary in line with the high court judges who are executing the functioning with a small committee of the judges. Now administrative workload of judges की अगर बात करें, this is useful information if one wishes to access the administrative workload of the judges and efficiently with the discharge of their task. Now most high court basically do not share the information with ordinary citizen, even requested are made same under with the RTI. So these are exempted under the RTI also. And even the Bombay High Court, for instances, has recently used a file noting that the administrative matters are not required to be disclosed under the RTI Act. Now annual report by the respective high court, कौन कौन से courts ने अभी तक ऐसे functioning अपनी report दी है. So the survey of the website of the 25 high court in the country revealed that only high courts of Madras, Himachal Pradesh, Tripura has come up with the annual report for last 2 years, and even the courts of Punjab and Haryana and Gujarat annual reports were available for 2018 and 19. Now websites और Delhi और Jharkhand की courts की अगर बात करें, they were dated while the other websites were not available. और सारे जितने भी states के high court है वहाँ पे कोई annual report available नहीं है. So most like all high courts submit their short report to the Supreme Court, but this is a mandatory provision. Just try to understand, public domain में वो reports आ रही हैं नहीं, ये matter नहीं करती, but a short report is mandatorily has to be given to the Supreme Court. Every high court has a duty to submit a report, right? Which is a kind of an annual report for the Supreme Court repository. उनके records के लिए जरूरी होती है. अनलाइक जो उड़ीसा कोर्ट ने रिसेंटली की है एनुअल रिपोर्ट तो उन्होंने दी, उसके साथ साथ जो सारी चीज़ें जो सारे प्रोस्पेक्ट्स हैं उनको इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करके एक एनुअल रिपोर्ट को अपने पब्लिक डोमेन में भी रिलीज की है. नाउ इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ एनुअल रिपोर्ट, क्या इंपॉर्टेंस होगी इस तरह के एनुअल रिपोर्ट को, एंड हाउ इट विल सेट अ प्रेसिडेंट फॉर द अदर हाई कोर्ट ऑल्सो. सो एनुअल रिपोर्ट हैज ट्रेडिशनली बीन एन इंपॉर्टेंट वे ऑफ ensuring the accountability of public bodies to the parliament citizen. Each union ministry is required to supply copies of this report. Lok Sabha Secretariat a week before the demand of grant in the ministry has taken up. ये एनुअल रिपोर्ट इन जनरल मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, जिस तरह से जो यूनियन गवर्नमेंट फंक्शंस करती है वहाँ पे भी एनुअल रिपोर्ट पब्लिश किए जाते हैं, और उस एनुअल रिपोर्ट को जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स है उनके अंदर एक डिटेल प्रोविजन है, उसके अंदर वो काम करते हैं. इवन इफ इट इज़ रिक्वायर्ड उस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट को डिपार्टमेंटल रिलेटेड पार्लियामेंट्री स्टैंडिंग कमिटीज़ के पास भेजे जाते हैं, एंड दिस कमिटी स्क्रूटनाइज दैट व्हाट थिंग्स नीड टू बी डन फॉर द बेटरमेंट ऑफ द फंक्शनिंग ऑफ द यूनियन गवर्नमेंट, be it any ministry or any department, right? So this is how the annual report give an insight about the improving the efficiency of a department or a ministry. So such same can be applicable in the high court. तो इस तरह के benefits हो सकते हैं, multifaceted benefits हैं जो high court भी इसको utilize कर पाएंगे. Unlike the execution, the judiciary, it is not under any legal obligations to prepare annual report and table them before the parliament or the state legislature. तो जिस तरह से मिनिस्ट्रीज के या डिपार्टमेंट ये मैंडेटरी अपने प्रोविजंस के अंदर एनुअल रिपोर्ट पब्लिश करती हैं और पार्लियामेंट या फिर स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर को देती हैं, हाई कोर्ट आर नॉट बाउंड. High Court are not bound to do so. Make sure UPSC tend to ask this type of statement in prelims examination, and even they can confuse you in the prelims examination. So make sure आप इस तरह के जो basic static concepts हैं वो जरूर ध्यान में रखें, right? Now moving to the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answer of yesterday question. For first question, the correct option is C. For second question, also the correct option is C. Today's MCQ. OSmart, recently seen the news, is related to aims to regulate use of ocean marine resources, sustainable development, strategic partnership agreement with IEA to promote transparency in the jute sector, liquidity risk monitoring tool for the stock market. So do check it out for the correct options. Now moving to the second question of the day, that is International Energy Agency. Consider the following statement. The World Energy Outlook report is released by IEA annually, and India is not an associate member of IEA. So check out for the correct option. And this was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis, followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other concern, you can let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.